Alan, I'm tired, and my feet hurt, and I need to find a loo." My husband, who had forged ahead, looked back and quirked an eyebrow.
"Ah, tea? Or a pint?"
I pulled off my hat and wiped my brow. "Can you ask?" It shouldn't have been hot. Durham is in the far north of England, nearly to the Scottish border. In late April, the weather should have been cool and rainy. I'd packed with that in mind. Instead, the sun shone brightly and the temperature soared to the high 60s, which in England almost qualifies as a heat wave. They use Celsius instead of Fahrenheit, but my American mind converts to what I still think of as the real setting. We were wandering the streets of the ancient city, cobbled, see sore feet above, because an old crony of Alan's had invited us for a visit. They'd known each other years ago when they both served in the police force in Cornwall. Alan had moved on, rising to the rank of chief constable in the county of Belshire, which is where I met him one Christmas Eve. I was newly widowed and feeling very sorry for myself, a stranger in a strange land, wondering why on earth I'd moved from my lifelong home in Indiana to England. Alan, a widower, healed my mood rapidly, and we were married about a year later. David Tregarth had remained in the village of Newlyn for a while, but had also risen in rank and moved to Exeter, where he'd retired after a distinguished career. When he'd lost his wife, family connections had sent him far away to Durham, an ancient cathedral city with a renowned university. When he'd written to Alan, he sounded a bit forlorn.
"Lonely,"
Alan mused as we walked.
"Missing his home. The north is a long way from Cornwall, and not just geographically. Different terrain, different accent, different mindset. And he doesn't have enough to do. That granddaughter of his takes good care of him, maybe too good. He never has to lift a finger. That's not good for an active man his age."
Could he afford to live somewhere else?
"I'd think so, even though housing here isn't cheap. He was always a thrifty, saving sort of chap. Here's a pub that looks pleasant.